And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Grasman, we have the Chinese Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Oriana. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Grasman, we have as opponent, we have the best player in all of Vietnam, representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. There's a bit of a rematch last week. Oh, interesting. Oh, of course, it's Mio. Last week, Oriana did face MeomaikA in the quarterfinals of GPO number 88 and had a pretty solid series overall, but MeomaikA was able to flex his skills here in ZvT. MeomaikA has a very unique style, and that is lings, and more lings. I believe one of those games that MeomaikA did go for his patented really fast 1-1 Evo chamber timing into 2-2 into just mass ling. It was wild to see it come into play, and we have seen it in ESL Masters before. We've seen it at the highest level of play. I believe he even tried to do it against Cure as well a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it is a style unique to MeomaikA. Of course, the other big thing that he does in this matchup is to go Ling Hydra, to go for these Ling Hydra timings as well. Yeah, MeomaikA just has his own spin to things. He has his own way of playing. It's amazing to see. Amazing to see. Meanwhile, an interesting opener from Oriana. He is going for a Rax expand, but the CC is on the high ground here. So a very safe, very paranoid play. It will mean that this CC won't be delayed if there was a pool first opener. And thankfully, for Oriana, there is a pool first opener. Lings are coming across the map, but there is nothing for them to do, as the CC is safe in the main. Again, it was a pull first from MeomaikA, so a little bit less efficient, but designed to do some damage across the map. The Lings are about to rock up there, and they will confirm the lack of CC on the low ground. Up! No, but the wall is not a wall. The SCV does go down, and the Lings are going to be able to force a cancel on this reactor as well. The Reaper is across there, but it gets surrounded! Oriana, not like this. That's a kill, not a cancel on the reactor. Boys are being pulled. This is getting far too out of hand. Oh my god. I was a little bit greedy as well of Oriana to go for the reactor after the Reaper instead of a Marine to be safe. So he just didn't have a unit to defend. What was initially supposed to be a defensive, safe opener falls on its face. And after all said and done, after the dust does settle, MeomaikA, sure, he lost 4 Lings, but he got 2 SCVs. He got the Reaper kill as well, which means less scouting across the map. He also got a kill in the reactor and delayed so much across the map. A great start for Meo. And Oriana is looking to eventually regain control of his natural, which he will. MeomaikA is droning behind this, but again, just a slowed down start here. This is going to disrupt the overall build timing of Oriana as he does go into a 1-1-1 opener. And I believe this was, yes, this was scouted by MeomaikA. He's aware of the lack of third TC. And, ooh, 1-1-1s are quite aggressive, and we can see it be even more aggressive here as Oriana is going for a fusion core. BC's a battle cruiser opener here from Oriana. Very aggressive, very committed as well. This does typically lean towards mech, and I do think that would be a good thing for Oriana. MeomaikA does infamously struggle a little bit more against mech compared to bio, so I do think that that would be a good choice to use against Meo. But can he get there is the question. MeomaikA behind this, joining up to 37, saturating his natural, getting his lair up and running as well. A pretty early, very early lair timing actually. I'm curious if this is going to be for a Hydra Den or for a Spire. Meanwhile, Lings are going for their own counterattack. We have a decent chunk of Hellions here to defend, but they react a little bit slowly, and 5 SCVs go down. We had more than enough Hellions, but all the Lings of MeomaikA are looking to try and I was gonna say get a scat in the main, but no, they do get roasted. They do get roasted, and MeomaikA is going straight into that Spire. We have a pseudo 2-base Muta setup. Meo has a scout in the main base. He knows about the 1-1-1, but it could be Banshees, it could be BC, it could be... really, those are the two possibilities here. Spores are on the way. MeomaikA, though, is staying on a very low queen count. This is dangerous. So because MeomaikA is going to be relying on 3 queens and 3 spores to defend, the scary moment is going to be not the BCs, but the Hellions. So the BC will show up, and the BC should force all these queens to react, right? Especially because we only have 3 queens, they will all be drawn to the BC to defend, and as the BC distracts all these queens, that will create an opening for the Hellions to dive on in. And there are only lanes to defend, so the Hellions will be able to roast their way through and potentially get into a mineral line. Again, this is going to be a very scary moment here for MeomaikA. There we go. The BC does teleport into the natural base and is going to be able to lay siege upon these workers. Meanwhile, the Hellions, they need to pull the trigger. There we go. They're headed across the map. So far, the queens haven't responded yet. There we go. We have 1 queen on the way. We have 8 mutas in production as well. The queen will fall. And that Spire is looking exposed. Oh, meanwhile, the Hellions are getting surrounded. Oriana does overextend, going a little bit too far onto creep here. Hellions do trade well against the Lings, but not when it comes to surrounds. Meanwhile, the mutas do arrive, and it looks like the muta count is going to be high enough to go toe-to-toe with the BC. Hellions get surrounded. BC gets surrounded. Oh, the control. And in a very unorthodox fashion, GG gets called. MeomaikA shuts down the aggression and takes game number 1. Ooh, risky move. Mio going Ling Muta. Only 3 queens. But that first BC didn't do a lot of damage. It did force a lot of lost mining time, but it didn't kill any queens, didn't kill the Spire, didn't do much of anything. And MeomaikA was able to get away with the mutas. Of course, there was no anti-air back at home. We had Hellions to defend. Hellions, tanks, not too much else. Solid result there out of Mio. Making the best out of, well, I say the best out of a bad situation, but yeah, taking a bit of a risk there and having it pay off. Oriana, I'm sure the last thing he expected was, you know, mutas to be coming out. Oh. Oh boy, GG, and with that we're going to be getting into our second game. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Royal Blood, we have our Chinese Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. Currently down in the series, but not out. It is Oriana. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Royal Blood, we have as opponent, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. Catching up in the chat. You even have a tournament player in the sorry, a Terran player in the tournament. Oh, let's go, Poppy. Let's go. We have them all, Poppy. We have them all. Once again, MeomaikA is going to be going for the pool first opener, as he typically does in ZvT. I don't think I've seen him go hatch gas pool against Terran in a while. It's not really something that he does. I've seen him mix it into like a best of 5 series, but again, more often than not, Mio does go for the pool first instead. Meanwhile, Oriana going for the Rax expand. SCV scout across the map as well. Wise choice. I mean, MeomaikA is the kind of player that's willing to throw down a fast Roach Warren as well to punish you if he sees an opening. The scouting is paramount here against Mio. We have the CC on the low ground as well. Much more standard setup by Oriana. as we settle ourselves into game number 2. Again, I don't think we have too many other results coming in. Oh, it looks like we have a couple actually, and we will be able to go over them a little bit later on. I love this as well. Oriana does go for the Reaper first into the Marine, so this time he's not rushing into the reactor. It means that he will have plenty at home to defend. Oh my god. As Mio skips Link speed, goes for a second gas geyser, and he's going for an insanely fast lair. My god. This is so quick. What is this, like a 2-minute 20 lair? Okay, so what are we doing with this lair? So this could be for, I imagine, a Link Queen Nidus all-in. The Overlord is going to be providing vision into the main base. Queens are on the way. We have a 3rd queen in production, and MeomaikA typically only makes 1 queen for each base. So seeing this 3rd queen is a massive tell. MeomaikA, he doesn't make queens to spread creep. He makes queens to inject or to attack. Meanwhile, Roach Warren is thrown down, so we're adding a little bit of complexity here to this build. Ooh, as Oriana does scout, does confirm the lack of 3rd hatchery here, and the Roach Warren as well, so Oriana does have a piece of the puzzle. Meanwhile, we do have a Spire, 2-base Muta, not a Nidus. Okay. I'm here for it. Let's go. Straight up, 2-base Muta. All 4 gases are soon to be taken here. Roach Warren does finish. Won't be canceling it. Meanwhile, across the map, we do see a 3cc 111 opener from Oriana. 3cc before starport. Very macro-oriented. We have the first Banshee on the way. No, we even just cancel it. Oh my god. Bold move here. If he was up against a Roach all-in, canceling the Banshee would not have been the correct call. Let's be honest. The Banshee would have been very necessary here against Roaches. So Oriana's calling his bluff. He's looking for the Nidus. Yeah, he believes it's a Nidus worm. He's looking for it here in his main base, expecting it. But the Reaper gets in. Up, and it looks like it will just barely scout Oriana. That was so crucial. He does see the Spire in the end. Knows that he has been bamboozled. There is no Nidus. We need things that shoot up. There we go. We salvage the bunker. We're going for some add-on swaps. We're gonna need an eBay as well. There it is. There we go. Engineering bays are on the way. Hellions are moving out. Oh, we're setting up a highway. This is crazy. Okay, we're going 2-base Muta into Roaches. Let's go. The highway is upon us. Hellions are going for a bit of their own counterattack, but they're going to run into a wall of Roaches, which is pretty crucial, to be fair. Oh my god. The wall is a wall. As they dive into the main, the turrets are too late. They are far too late here. SCVs will fall one after the other. And this is already too much damage, and this isn't even the main event. This is the entree, papi. There's layers to this cake, and this is merely scratching the surface as the mutas do dip into the natural as well. 14 workers have gone down. The creep highway is underway. Roaches are moving on out. The Hellions should be able to spot this, and thankfully there is a tank, but that tank could be focused down by the mutas. Just have to be careful. There we go. Roaches are rushing across the map. Mutas dipping in between the bases. Oh, he wants that tank so badly. And he's gonna get it. The tank goes down, and as the tank falls, the Roaches show up, and now there is nothing to stop the Roach army. The 1-2 punch. We have another tank on the way, but it just now started. And MeomaikA is looking to blaze his way into the finals. Roach is being morphed in the face of his opponent, because he just doesn't give a damn. Stim is done. Stim is done at least. We're going to be able to stim on forward here, punishing MeomaikA's greed. But Mio still has so much more where that came from. Second tank does pop. And once again, it looks like MeomaikA's going to have to cancel these Ravagers. Well, we'll let them finish. Here we go. The boys are being pulled. Do we get the wilds off? It looks like we will. The tank barely does go down. And now the pure Roach Army can push on forward. The Ravagers were focused down, but again, they did their job. Their job was to kill the tank. And GG gets called. MeomaikA with such a quirky 2-base all-in, going for the Spire into mutas into a +1 Roach all-in. GG gets called, and MeomaikA will take the series 2-0. Oh, GG. Wow. What a way to end it. Congratulations to MeomaikA as he does advance on to the grand finals. Meanwhile, Oriana is knocked down to the lower bracket finals instead. Still in the tournament, don't get me wrong, but is knocked down and will have to wait for his next opponent. Oh boy, so MeomaikA will have some time to himself. We'll be able to get some food, get some water, take a break, rest up here while we get into the rest of the tournament, because we have some results coming in.